one year. Now at the papa every with him.
Okay.
But so I just left her and I said that she should just go and do what I'm supposed to do.
Yes.
And I met another person. Tell Onupo we divorce. This is a lady, a woman. He said, she has got series of pregnancies, but the man abuse her and the pregnancy destroys. And you show the age difference, about 15 years difference.
The man is older than her.
The older than the woman, 15 years difference. She said she entered into the relationship at a tender age. She was about 22 years. And the reason why she entered into that relationship because the man was nice to her family.
Okay.
And just said, the man was a person who helped her to be able to, take good care of her brother. She has no choice than to accept the man. Okay. So they were in a relationship for a longer time before they got married. And when they in relationship, say the man works outside Accra and also Accra. So the place they rented, she was the one who she's also at home. So I'm not sure. So it's like because the man too is far away and she's also working. She's a businesswoman. So everything she's the one who does it. Then she'll be able to do it. Now then it got to a time they have to buy a property. They bought a land and they started something. They got to a time they stopped, the work stopped because the husband, the finances was very difficult. But they were living happily. After some years in marriage, the man changed towards her. Or since the man in the should be insulted and should so the marriage that I entered, is it because of my brother who was taking care of that I entered into the marriage, or I decided to enter into the marriage? Okay. That's the question she was asking herself. Okay. And I told her that so when you were entering, who pushed you? Because you agreed to him. That is when you also show wakasa. Ono obano fine. One him 3 times. 3 times. Miscarriage because of this man. If you were her, Obo say on him no onyini babed or babe bina. The man will force her. You say pregnancy in the early stage, sometimes sunobia is very delicate for what bano. You say obi the first early stage, when you go to hospital, the doctor has to I'll tell you say for the first 3 months do not have anything to do with your husband. So that at least because our first 3 months blood. So it will be for me.
So you are not supposed to have sex.
It depends on everyone. There's some lady over to me here, but when you force the affair, it can destroy it because it's blood. It's not going to fall. And yes, sometimes to hard work. If you say we need or nyima no hard work, she can have miscarriage. So a lot of things can be to reach for that miscarriage to happen. Okay. But most of the times, if she's pregnant, women say that is when their husband abused her the more. I don't know. The reason why. So it's like he was asking himself, so why is this man doing that? If I'm pregnant, then the time I realize you cause for the miscarriage. And meanwhile, you also want that pregnancy because you are married. But abusing her like unnecessarily, and those things can destroy the pregnancy. Because you see, as I said, sometimes emotional pains, emotional attachment. Somebody can do something to you emotionally, it can affect you emotionally. Because everyone say, Abia, you are pregnant, you need a sound mind for all the blood, all the things that is going to mold for the baby to start growing. You are being abused, some of your emotions, some of your parts will not be working. If everyone say, if you want to in a business world, like maybe you are going for this contract, you have in mind say this contract I'm going to get it, and you know the money I'm going to get it, and you are happy to that when you get this contract. As soon as I come home, I'm going to make my wife happy on bed, and you went there and you are being disappointed emotionally. You are down. So even if you come, your wife want to even touch you, you cannot even erect. Do you see that what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So that is similar thing which is happening to her, that she's pregnant and you you want to abuse me and like as a dream one. Also she be sitting there and the budget too. Hospital my cousin and say, so beside say, is it that the man doesn't want me to become pregnant or give birth to a child that can call of her own, or what's the problem? 3 consecutive times. The man came to tell her that baby or no be or so no want to me him or want to me here. And when she's going to see a doctor for check, near see on funny kunumba, the woman has a problem, she should go. He doesn't have a problem. So I asked her that, so what is wrong with the husband? Because if your husband, you see, I say a funny poem, because if your husband who you don't have baby with is beating you to get miscarriage, and also doctor say I say I'm not good. then I'm sure there's something wrong with your husband, which maybe he's not telling you. He might have some bitterness for you that now he's not telling you. I said this is strange. So I put myself in her shoes. Now me say me am here be mapo. If I can be your bad to say oh, and can me journey da. And can me journey free our no da. Because I didn't know soon I open is one year pregnancy so yeah. So something so if I'm laughing at her, he said what am I making fun of her? I said no, this
You know why I'm laughing? Which kind of man is you impregnate your wife? Then you force her to have sex, miscarriage. She
get miscarriage. You abuse her.
You abuse her. Doctor say come and let's
you ask the problem. There is no one day, no say, me sit in the car, I'm taking you to go see that doctor. The lady has gone to fertility doctor, he has gone to normal doctor, she has gone to see a gynecologist all alone. The man said, it's the woman who has a problem, she go. Or no, he the man, he doesn't have a problem. And apparently to the mother doesn't like her. Her mother doesn't like her.
Why?
It's a funny something. He said that the mother, when the mother was carrying her in a womb, the mother said she was supposed to travel outside. And onyini kunu have sex. And onyim no. Wakonyim no kunu say wanyim won anti twena wo akola no sana we tu kwan. O wo akola no yera kwantu no wantumi ankobium. So o say ne ba no na wama na kwantu no just otu no abono nti. On penny ba na asem. We asem. Travel no, it was about as a scholarship. And so if you know say you're going to travel, so why did you go and do what you're supposed to do? I saw him say, okay, yeah, she's going to get pregnant. So when she get pregnant, no catch her papa no until say papa no make and so in the side end there, go and abort it, then go. So what? There's nothing she's going through in this marriage. Or catching the mommy and the man will support her. The mother will never support the woman. The mother will support the man. And funny aspect, of this issue, she said she had a friend that she wanted to marry, but this guy never gave her a chance. And now, after marriage, he went to meet the guy somewhere. So like they were there, and so they were sitting in the car, they were chatting, they were laughing. And she make a funny comment. So Obia, only down for now you something that you wish for a long time. That was Sanka. Now they never shower or buy now. So they were there making fun. All of a sudden, something happened. As she was going, it wasn't in her mind for her to go and cheat. But as I was saying, he said the guy was her friend for a long time, which they were supposed to even marry. But because of the man did not give her the briefing space to even meet frequently with the guy, so they couldn't marry. And the guy went to marry, and she also married. So they were there and they came in contact. And so let's meet at this place. So they went meet there. They were sitting in the car chatting, chat jokes, cracking jokes. All of a sudden, they end up having an affair in the car, and she became pregnant. She was able to keep the pregnancy for 7 good months. So the mom came to visit her, and she just said there's a bob, and she was trying to change the bob. She doesn't know how it happened, and she fell from the top. The mom was there, and so the mom was there. She asked the mom that, she should help her to be able to work. The mom never mind her. So if the mom would have been able to support her to the hospital, she would have gotten that pregnancy, that baby.
But she was still in marriage when that thing.
She was still in marriage. The guy, even the man was asking her that they should travel out so that they will start up their new life. She said no.
So she was going to give the pregnancy to her husband.
But she told the husband that this is what happened. And she will not abort it. So apparently they are divorced. They just divorced, I think 2-3 months ago. They fight it about 2 years ago. Up and down. So she left the marriage with nothing. She said she doesn't want anything. She wanted a peace of mind. She used to love the man. But when the man started abusing her, and the love vanished from her, because he said sometimes he said to feel like a woman, she has never felt that way before. Women can have sex and they'll discharge. She has never experienced such a thing before. He said the man raped her virginity, so that was he was attached to him. So the guy, he went to have that one moment with mate. He said that day when she came home, she's like she has come down from heaven. she experienced something that she has never experienced before.
Okay.
So she's like she was asking herself that so this sex is good like this. Mm-hmm. That's what she was confessing. So sex is good like this. On all this time, she has not experiencing this from the husband. Mm-hmm. And said this is the reason why your husband is doing that to you. Because what you've gone to do to, although fine, what maybe he might be doing now is very abusive, but maybe he was also doing it because of a reason. Because I'm not sure that every man will just wake up and be beating the wife anyhow. But maybe Ade okoye no, and a man will behave this way. But it shouldn't go to that extent. Charlie, I said when the accountants will be married to the accountant, so this accountant, this lady said she has married a man she loves.
Okay.
A man to love her. They have 2 kids. When they married, she was working. The guy too was working. But most of the spendings at home, she does it. The guy doesn't act. The guy even doesn't know how to do some of them. Like say, oh, you have to give your wife money, you have to pay for school fees. The husband doesn't know how to do it. To the extent even rent, she pays for rent. But she doesn't tell anyone it's within her until I met her before she was telling me. That she pays the rent.
And the husband doesn't work.
The husband works. The lady loves the man more than the man loves her. That is why she's doing all that. Because she doesn't want to, and the reason why she's doing that, I understood her because she said her mom took care of them, though their father was alive. But the mom took care of them more. So their mom was playing a father and mother role. So that is what she learned and grew up with. So when she met a guy, she was also doing the same as so after all, what my mom did. I mean, it's a good thing. Not knowing that the guy is going to take advantage of that to be able to do otherwise. After all, better my wife is doing it. So if I don't do it, my wife will do it. And I say, so you are in this marriage. So the reason why even she opened up, apparently they said the guy has left her. I've gone to be with another lady, engaged the lady, and the lady has given birth. They've given birth to 2 children. They said the guy's cousin gave her that info. The guy never told her. The guy moved out. The guy is staying in the other lady's house. They are not divorced yet. They are not divorced. And funny aspect of it is their rent. The lady worked board, but there was an issue. Her first pregnancy, she had a first miscarriage because of her work, and the guy asked her to quit the work when she got the second pregnancy. He said because of your first work, you had a miscarriage. So this one, I'll not allow you to go to work. So you have to either you quit the work for you to be able to have the baby. So because she loves the husband, she has to listen to the husband. So her small money she saved, she has to now depend on those money to be able to live until their rent catch up with them. When she was the one who used to pay the rent, now she has the money over there left. If she takes it and pay the rent, she doesn't want to do that. So the guy went to see her parents, complained bitterly about the girl, and was oh no, I was keeping a secret. On one person can. We are going to expose it. Okay, let me too also expose my own for you. For her, then she also placed her own on the table and said, so this is what you have been going through all these years, and you never mentioned to us. And he told them that when I was going to marriage, he asked me that whatever is in the marriage, I should swallow it. I shouldn't bring it out. That's why I also swallowed it. And because you have invited me to be able to vomit it out, that's why I'm vomiting it out. So the issue, you have to talk to the guy, tell him that, Master, it is your wife. You have to take responsibility of your wife. So whichever way you are going to do it, it's left to you, because you came to marry her. So when they got up, they got up from the place. She went to look for some money. She came to tell the wife that I'm going to get some money. You want to go and pay for 6 months. And the landlord is not taking 6 months. The landlord said the worst she can take is 1 year. But the lady has to raise another 6 months money from her friends. They're not divorced, but they're living in separate ways. The husband is living with his second woman, and the lady is also living alone with his children. So I was asking her, so how do you cope? So I said, do you work? He said, oh, she does business once in a while. She gets a contract. She takes when she's there. The contract she gets she gets money. So they live on money. So you live on friends. Okay. Oh, Charlie, do they send me something? So for how long are you going to live in this situation? So does it mean that every time you have to call friends to send you money? If it happened to the time that they don't send it to you, how can this guy behave in such a manner? Your own wife you have children with, and you are treating her like this. Hey, then if it will be your sister come and tell you that this her husband is doing that, what are you going to do? So I told the lady that, you know what, this issue, it is only you who can handle it. So handle it the way you want to handle it. So they were there and she gave birth to the first child, and they came to do naming ceremony, they do everything, and they named the child. So her mother is now, her mother now was supporting them just to keep her daughter in the marriage. So that's
why he did all this.
That's why he was doing all these things to the lady. The men that I've encountered, the issue they discuss with me, Charlie, I'm going to my, maybe they have a wife. You say, I'm going to my girlfriend's place. I'm going to do this. That's something funny. Something which is funny.
Okay.
But like a man who have this marriage issue, you not come and sit in there because meeting you at first and you not do that. You see, women have they have some emotional feeling that say they don't keep it to themselves. She wants to share it with someone and so that should be okay. And listen to the person's opinion. Moreover, me being a man, you get it. I'm a give her some advice so at least I'm a man. And almost all the encounters, I don't say because of I'm a man, I'll speak for the man.
Okay.
I don't do that.
Because it's abuse.
It's abuse. Something I wouldn't do. I wouldn't wish my fellow man to do the same thing. Because if the lady in question is my sister, I wouldn't be happy about it. So why would I encourage that? So I also tell you something that if you go and do, which is also going to help you. Because equally you are my sister. But you are in the different family because we are all one. So definitely I need to also tell you something which is going to help you. So basically that is the lady issue that I was talking about. Second pregnancy came. The guy asked her to go and abort it. She said she's not abort it. The guy beat her up. I said that is something I do ask myself. You see the reason why I was saying that? It's better you be in a room for some time with the person to be able to see the true color or that person I'm going to marry with. Because apparently in a relationship, you visit him, you sleep one night, then you go home. Sometimes you don't even sleep, you go home. But if you have to spend time raw 1 week, you cannot tell me that sleeping in his room raw 1 week is going to have sex with you raw 1 week. It can never be so. Once in a while, it's going to happen. But you're going to know him and know him the more. You're able to see the person. You're going to see some one or two character that in marriage you'll be able to see, which will not be to say, oh, this thing, why I'm not seeing this thing, or definitely you have seen it in a relationship because you've been able to have time to be with him. That's why I advise. That's what I'm saying. It may not be good for some people. It may be good for some people. That's why I say it is your own decision. I'm not forcing you and I'm not advising you to go and do it. But I'm only advising you to take a decision that if you know that, oh, if I do this thing, it will help me that when I get to marriage, at least it can support me to sustain my marriage. Because it's one thing to marry, it's the other thing to sustain it. So how do I get my things done in a relationship so that if I enter into marriage, I'll be able to sustain it? That is how the thing is.
But I think these days, a lot of married people are feeling the hardship more than the single people. You are married. How is it like?
Marriage is the understanding of the two people. You get it? If the two of you understand that, oh, this is what we are going to do to support our home, you're able to do it. But some people take advantage because both parties. Sometimes you see the man will be doing, the lady will pretend that, oh, it is a man's duty to do it. It's always not the best. The lady, you need to support your husband. And the man too, because the women sometimes are supporting them, they also take advantage. They are supporting this, they will leave certain responsibility which is theirs to the woman, which is also bad. A woman's money is not a home money. She fails to support. She chooses to support. It's not mandatory. You cannot force a woman, you cannot force your wife to support you as a husband. She can choose to do it. It's a choice. So when you are playing your role, play your role. She will know how to support you. But you don't have to force her. No, I have to pay the children's school fees. You have to do this. It's never done. That is why sometimes you push the woman to the wall. Even if she doesn't have, you push her to the wall to go and get, which is wrong. You see, my wife, I can give her money for her choice. She can prepare, she can manage the money and use the money more than the money I've given to her. So you ask yourself that where does she get the remaining? I've never told her add this one to it, but she knows she has to support. It shouldn't be a mandatory. You know how the way you'll be able to talk to your wife, and she will even support. You know the sweet words you can say to her. She can easily support. She can even support you and do to the extent I tell her that, oh, okay, you being a man now, use your money for us to make properties, so that I, the woman, I use my money to take care of home. Because she knows that when that happens, she can also benefit from the properties. You get it?
Yeah.
Yes. But if you're able to do as if you want to use your mind for the woman, you guys are women, they won't even mind you. Okay. She will leave all the responsibility for you because it is your responsibility as a man to be able to do that.
Bye bye.
Charlie, bye bye, bro.